trip does not even begin to describe the experience of Salvia d. It is more of a mental breakthrough. I began my second experience with the plant last night. My first experience was a week earlier, in which I smoked one leaf and experienced a mild high, best described as smoking a lot of marijuana. Last night I decided to unlock the real potential of the plant, since last time I was too afraid to experience the full effects. I prepared the room by lighting a scented candle and spreading a blanket on the floor. I played some Native American music as I packed my water pipe with half of a leaf. The pipe was filled with snow. _great idea. Cools the smoke to a very pleasant temperature, and I inhaled the load in one hit. I was careful to keep the flame on the material so that it would be vaporized, as salvia has a high vaporization temperature. I held the hit in for about 15 seconds while I packed the rest of the leaf into the bowl. After the second bowl, the plant took over. The music playing had a guy talking over the background music, and it suddenly struck me as hilarious. I began to laugh uncontrollably for approximately 3 minuties. I cannot recall any real thought except that the music was so funny. 4 minutes after the last hit, I was semi-coherent in that I could talk to my girlfriend about what I had experienced. I decided that I would smoke another leaf and extinguish all light and sound. With the room darkened, I smoked half of a leaf, and as I was going to smoke the other half, I completely left my body. The events of this experience are extremely difficult to relate in words. My existence melted away, and I was aware that there was so much more in the universe. I was being pulled from my body in what I can best describe as waves. I was looking at my girlfriend through my body from inside of my mind, which was composed of the entire universe. I was slyly afraid of leaving my body because I suddenly had the feeling that I was in reality. I had completely forgotten that I had smoked the salvia, and this was now reality. I saw what was beyond my comprehension. It was much like seeing the entire universe from a far point and being able to grasp all of reality. I began to slip out of my body, and I had a faint glimpse of the reality that exists in the universe. Suddenly thoughts rushed through my head, but almost too quick to get a good grasp on them. I saw all of the dimensions of the universe. I began to think about odd things such as sex. I had a flash of my girlfriend and I naked, only I was looking at it from the point of view of me as a child. I couldn't quite comprehend any of it. I began doubting my reality, that is, I was unsure if my life was real. Suddenly I got the urge to leave the experience. I wanted to tell my girlfriend about everything that I had seen, and I wanted to go back to the comfortable reality that is my life. As I left the salvia world, I was badly shaken. The experience was not bad, just overwhelming. I told my girlfriend to get a notepad and a pen so that I could dictate the experience. This is why having a trip sitter is crucial. You will want to make sense of what you have seen. I was still feeling the effects as I was dictating, and I would have brief periods when I was not sure what reality was. I wanted to be completely sober because the experience was so powerful. I could not make sense of any of it, it was too overwhelming. After spending 20 minutes dictating, all I wanted to do was to lie with my girlfriend to be comforted of the frightening experience. I decided that I did not want to take salvia again too soon because it was such a powerful experience. Today, however, I feel that I want to go back and fully experience the salvia reality. Salvia is not a drug to be taken lightly. It should not be used to get fucked up, because of the sheer depth to the experience. The effects leave the user confused and full of thoughts that are difficult to grasp. I am still struggling with the things that I have seen and experienced. If you choose to experience salvia, you must be mentally prepared, if there is such a thing. There are people who want to mix salvia with other drugs, but I would recommend taking salvia on its own. It is powerful enough alone. It gave me a completely new understanding of reality, and that is pretty powerful.